we took the Skyline for her first drift day ever. And now we went back to a grip setup because we're gonna turn some laps here at Eagles Canyon Raceway. We just moved to Texas and I used to live here a few years ago, but I actually never turned any laps here. So I'm excited to get some hot laps in and see how this girl handles the Texas heat. The track is really interesting. It has a lot of elevation change. It's actually pretty fun. We just went out for the warm-up session. Obviously it was like full course yellow, super slow, like sighting laps, but it was good to get a feel for it. I'm not convinced the car is not gonna get hot, so we're gonna see, because even at like running at 50%, I was only able to do like 5 laps before it got to like 200, which isn't anywhere near danger zone yet, but I have a feeling when I'm trying to go full tilt boogie, I don't know. Oh, my fears were correct. Car's getting too hot. It's really weird. We think that it's heat soaking or something. We've tried, we just wired the fans to a switch instead of the thermostatic switch the way we used to have it. We've tried a whole bunch of things, but it seems like it's heat soaking because at this point, when we turn the car off, it can be really hot and I can shut it off and pop the hood for like 2 minutes and then it drops like 60 degrees instantly. So something's not right. Either the sensor is reading incorrectly or it's just heat soaking really bad. We're not sure yet. But basically I'm able to do like 1.5 laps before the car gets too hot at this point. So we're kind of just playing that game right now. And then of course I got it cooled down enough and I figured I would just send it, even though I don't really know the track yet. And it started fuel cutting as soon as I started pushing it. So clearly this is our first time. It's not. But we forgot that this car has to be like completely topped off. We're kind of spoiled because both of our race cars have surge tanks inside of the fuel cell. Stock car does not have that, so it starts fuel cutting if it gets to like 3/4 of a tank in right-hand turns, so we've got to top it off. But hopefully we have everything sorted for the next session, and in the 2 laps that I get, I can put down the lap times.
Test. So then it came in after a couple laps, got hot again. I poured water all across the front of the radiator, and the car was off for about a minute. Turned it back on, and the temperature dropped 40 degrees. When she came back, I decided to do that same test without the water. Let the car sit off for a minute, and it only dropped 18 degrees.
Not even. I mean, it dropped maybe 7 or 8 degrees. It barely dropped at all.
Oh, you're right, because you weren't at 220 at the time.
I'm sure I don't understand. I'm sure I have no idea why.
I just can't figure out why pouring a little bit of water. Now, the water I put on there was hot water. It's been sitting in a jug all day.
But, yeah, I don't know. At this point, we're, without upgrading the radiator and maybe a smaller intercooler and some ducting, we're kind of at a loss. So we're just going to try to learn something today. I think we're going to try and rotate the sensor, and then for the last session of the day, we're going to try and pull the fans off of it and see if that allows more airflow. But yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks. Like, I'm really only getting to do 2 laps per session, and it's already hot by the time I like get halfway through my hot lap. So I have to like take a cool down and come in, and then he throws water on it. So I'm really not getting a lot of seat time. But I mean, we're just making the best of it at this point. The car feels good. It feels like it would be a lot of fun if I could actually go.
The weird thing is too is that how quickly it's dropping. The water temperature is not dropping that quickly. That's impossible. So we must be shocking the system up here, and it's going to this sensor here. Now in the past, this sensor was vertical when we were at the drift event. So I fucked it this way to try to get the thermostatic switch and the temp sensor equalized in the water. We're not using the thermostatic switch anymore. We have it running directly to a switch in the car now to turn the fans on. So I am now going to rotate this all the way to the bottom, so the probe is sticking up into the water. If that doesn't work on this next one, then we're going to remove the fans completely. And then if that doesn't work, then this week before the next drift event, I'm going to remove all the things that make it a daily driver.
We'll probably try to add some ducting, but ducting, I'm told, doesn't really help with drifting because you're moving sideways, not forward, so air isn't really coming in the way it normally would. So ducting may actually even hurt it in drifting, so it's like, I don't know what to do, but we'll talk to some people that know more than us about that and see what improvements we can make overheat before the next event, because at this point, if you guys don't know, we've already done a thermostat. We've already tried so many different combinations of coolant, water wetter, everything you can imagine, distilled water. We found a fitting that was leaking, so we replaced that and a bunch of the factory hoses. There's pretty much no factory water hoses left on this car. And then, you know, we tried rotating the sensor. I mean, we've really tried just about everything at this point that we can think of. No luck. So we're clearing the data log files so that we can get a good data log on the next lap here.
She did 2 laps and a time. Not sure what's going on still.
Still getting hot. laps do you think I actually turned, like timed laps today? 8, 9?
10, somewhere around there.
Yeah, not very many.
Not more than a dozen, that's for sure.
But a lot of cool down laps. So I was trying to figure out, you know, I was trying to really just cool down on the straightaways and still really drive it through the turns and learn as much as I could with the cards I was dealt. But I mean, I feel like I learned a lot, but I really like the track, so I want to come back when I have a fully functioning car. But we took quite a bit of time off, still not anything to brag about or write home about, but I feel okay with it. So the car is gonna drive onto the trailer, yep. I hope. We still have to get to the trailer, but I mean, that's a pretty successful track day. We learned a lot. So these tires are actually like surprisingly grippy. For those of you that don't know, we switched over to the Nexen 200 treadwears, and they're pretty awesome, I must say. I know a lot of people that run these in time attack say they want really high tire pressure and like crazy high temps. I was not able to achieve that today because I was doing a cool down lap and then a hot lap and then a cool down lap and then parking it for like 20 minutes. So I'm sure that I'm gonna unlock a lot more grip when I have the ability to actually put heat in the tires. But overall, A+ so far. So really excited to sort some of these things out and hopefully get her back out on track soon. But next weekend, since I didn't really break anything, we're going drifting again. Woo!
The car that does it all, just does it all